What is up, my podcast listeners? This is your lovely host, Rafal Matuszewski. And fun fact, every time that I post these podcasts onto Facebook and they have the generated transcript so you can read what I'm saying, I have to manually go in and change whatever they put together when I announce my first and last name. And it's usually just I get a bunch of question marks, or they repeat the word "the" like 3 or 4 times. So yeah, I have to manually always change my first and last name in the subtitles that Facebook generates. But anyway, today, it's Wednesday morning, time to get shit done. We are going to go back onto the topic of nutrition, and I feel that so many people, and I've spoken about this topic before, but the big thing is that when people screw up, their eating habits, their new diet, whatever it is, they fall into that whole all or nothing mentality, right? You get that excitement of, oh, I'm going to start a new diet, I'm going to start eating cleaner, I have like all my food ready to go, I prepped it, Monday went great, Tuesday went great, but Wednesday, you woke up late, fucking alarm didn't go off, or you just rolled out of bed 1 minute before your Zoom call with the team, and you're like, fuck, I had no time to eat breakfast, I am starving, I have nothing like ready, and by the time you're able to eat, you end up going out for lunch and eating a shit ton more than you're supposed to, and then you go, you know what, I've already fucked up today on this meal, I'm just going to write off the rest of the day and just eat whatever I want, and I'll start fresh tomorrow. And I get where people are coming from. It's like, I'm already in the hole. Why, try to make the effort to get out of the hole and just continue going? It almost sounds silly. It's almost like if you were in a parking lot and you're like, oh shit, there's a speed bump, I'm going to slow down, go over it slowly, and now I can resume my speed. Like, it's literally that's what happens if you fuck up on your eating. And people tend to forget, like, we're not perfect, right? Like, do you really think you are 100% perfect at work, at school, whatever you're doing? No. And the funny thing is, you don't give a fuck if you're perfect at work or at school. You strive to be, but you're not that type of person who's like, if I'm not 100% perfect, then I'm not going to be, like, I'm not even going to fucking try then. Like, it's, like, silly. And I've made this analogy where, if you're in school and you're studying for an exam, test, whatever it is, and you get 81%, like, that's pretty fucking good. Like, damn, like, you did great. But if you did 81% on your diet today, or your clean eating, or whatever it is that you chose to do for your next nutritional approach, most people are like, well, I didn't get that last 19%, so I'm just going to let all hell break loose and go fucking eat donuts or whatever you want to do, right? It's silly to think that way, but for some reason with food, people have this weird attachment and to the concept of, like, if I am not perfect every single day, then it's not even worth it, right? And, like, the typical thing is that, life does throw curveballs, and they can be small little things, but those small little things can change, like, so much when little things in your nutritional department change. And the perfect example is, like, say you're ready to follow your program, your plan, and you got invited out to lunch, and you don't want to be a dick and be like, oh, actually I can't because I'm on this whatever diet, clean eating, and you go, you know what, I'm going to go out for lunch, I'm going to order something healthy, and I'll still be good. And you know what, not everyone has the best willpower, and let's say for this example, you end up like ordering the burger and fries, and you're like, fuck, I fucked up, and you know what, I am just going to let this day slide, and I'm going to start fresh tomorrow. And usually what happens is the next day comes and you're like, you know what, that burger was really good. I should have something else for breakfast or something like that for lunch. And it kind of trickles down. So the whole point of me rambling about this is like, we need to get out of that construct of, thinking that if we mess up just a little bit in one part of your day of eating, you don't have to like throw your hands up to the air and like go, oh, fuck this, I'm just gonna let everything burn from now on. Like when, and it's funny too, because people have this guilt too. Because when I was doing a lot of nutrition coaching, and I still do, by the way, but when I was doing a lot, I remember clients like feeling guilty that they fell into temptation to have a burger, hot dog, nachos, whatever the fuck it was, and they would tell me like a child, getting in trouble and have to confess what they did. And I'm like, why do you feel guilty? And they're like, oh, it's like, it's bad for me to like eat out or whatever. I'm like, okay, but you don't have to be like, if people didn't have that feeling like, oh, this is a bad food for me, this is a bad meal for me, rather than like just think like, oh, this meal that I chose today is higher calories than normal, but I'm going to, bounce back by my next snack, my next meal, whatever it is. Right? So when people ask me like, oh, so like, do you eat junk food? I'm like, yeah, I fucking do. They're like, so like, how do you, like, what do you do after? I'm like, nothing. I eat my next meal like a normal person. And usually that's what I'll do is like, say I go out for lunch and it's higher calories than normal, and it could be whatever it is, a fucking burger, pizza, whatever it is, and I go, okay, well, I had more calories this meal, I might skip a snack later and head right into my last meal of the day and maybe eat a little less to help balance things out. Is it rocket science? No. Does it give me peace of mind and create a better relationship with food? Fuck yeah. That's the ultimate thing with nutrition, is you need to build a better relationship with food. Anytime I get a nutrition coaching client and we talk about their nutrition, holy fuck, like, we have some serious issues with food. Like, almost every single person has some real fucking issues with food that we need to take care of. The biggest thing is people feel that, one, there's bad foods out there. There isn't. There's just less nutritional value foods out there. Two, they've had so many bad experiences with diets and they think nothing's gonna work. And like, people need to understand that losing fat is not an easy thing. It takes time, like a lot of time. And I've had a person recently ask me like, so like, what do you like tell clients for nutrition? Like, what do you get them doing, like keto or like weighing their food? And I'm like, no, I just get people to eat like adult food, meaning protein and vegetables and limiting carbs, like I've always said, and moving their body every single day in some shape or form, and doing that for at least a year, and the weight will come off. That's the thing. Like, people need to understand that, true fat loss, rather than giving yourself this like mindset of like, I'm going to lose X amount of weight in 8 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever it is, what you should do instead is go, I'm going to give myself a year of consistently trying, sound habits of eating more clean, eating more protein, eating more vegetables, moving more, exercising more for 1 year. And that's it. That's literally it. There's no magic trick, but people just assume that it needs to be so fucking difficult to change their body, but that's not it. And I know it's easier said than done, but you also have to put in the work. Like, things that have value in this life don't come easy, right? Everybody wants to make more money. But in order to do that, you need to put in more effort than your 9-to-5 job. Do people want to do that? Probably not, right? That's why not everyone is millionaires. Like, it takes a lot of fucking work to get there. Nutrition and health are the same thing. Do you want to drop 20 pounds? Yeah, but you need to do more than what you're doing now. Or stop doing the old things that you were doing that worked before, that were most likely fad diets, and you just dropped weight quickly and that's all you wanted to do. So to kind of wrap this up, because I've been jumping all over the place, is you need to stop falling into the trap of, like, if I'm not perfect every single day, there's no point. If I don't work out every single day, there's no point. If I am, super busy at work and life, I'm going to wait until April of this year to start, in May of this year, or thinking, you know what, I'm really, really jam-packed with stuff the next couple months, I'm going to just start in the summer. Like, that kind of thinking is not going to get you anywhere. You almost need to just fucking grip down and go do it. That's literally the first step, is just like taking that leap, or you take that first step and just fucking do it. If it's either waking up earlier, staying up late to get shit done, you gotta do it. You just gotta do it. So I'm gonna leave it there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you for always listening. Thank you for all my international listeners. So please hit the show notes, add me on Facebook, add me on Instagram, because I post a lot of video and picture content. And wherever you're listening, give me a 5-star review so we can reach more people, help more people. And that is it for me. Until next time, you guys, fucking crush the day.